Where do old boats go when they are no longer in service? In the case of the Kalakala, the famous ferry that plied the waters of Lake Washington and Puget Sound for half of the 20th century, pieces remain, and the city of Kirkland, which owns the most significant and recognizable ones, wants to use them to tell the vessel's story and inspire future generations.
The Kalakala Ferry was the world's one and only Art Deco passenger vessel, with unique design and innovative engineering, and is an important part of Kirkland's history.
Built in Kirkland at the Lake Washington shipyards, present-day Carillon Point, in 1935, the silvery Kalakala emerged from the burnt remnants of the ferry Peralta. She was an inspiration, combining innovative engineering with striking design, stunning and unprecedented. Sadly, the boat was demolished in 2015.
In February 2015, the City of Kirkland purchased roughly 30 historical pieces of the Kalakala, with the vision to repurpose the salvaged pieces for an art installation that commemorates the historic ferry and Kirkland's early history as a regional shipbuilding centre. A committee including experts in maritime history and members of the Kirkland Cultural Arts Commission selected 4 artists to develop ideas to give the vessel a new life as art. The artists revealed their concepts at the Kalakala Art Open House in January at the Kirkland Performance Center. Partners from Riser A+D Architecture and Design Studio in Portland, Oregon were captivated with the many lives of the ship.
It kept coming back to life again. It would be sent to Alaska and turned into a fishery, but then it would be moved to another location, and eventually it comes back, and it reminded us the story and the myth of the phoenix. And it was also interesting that the Kalakala is, in Chinook jargon, is bird. It should go back to being a bird.
The artists considered the functional aspect of the ship as well.
A ferry is just kind of a connection point between, 2 points. A bridge does the same thing, but in a connection to the Cross-Kirkland corridor, which is important to the community.
Paul Reimer, an artist and blacksmith from British Columbia, used his craft to inspire his design. An 18-foot multi-level structure brought back to its basics so people can experience the ride.
It just absolutely fascinated me the moment I saw it. Well, the design is so timeless. It's like it's almost sci-fi. It's almost like a spaceship on water, right? And I just think that kind of thing just resonates with people even today.
Rick Allen, a sculptor from Skagit County in Washington, fell in love with the sleek Art Deco design.
To highlight those features in it and maybe reflect a little bit of its past in the design, but also just working with that, I decided I wanted to put it upright, putting it in a context where its new life, its new resurrection is in space or air. It just has this hopeful kind of projection forward, because I think that's what the Kalakala always seemed to be from the past to even now. It was represented this sort of very forward-thinking concept.
Brent Makowski, a sculptor from British Columbia, wants to create an interactive experience for people to explore the physical environment, including the interiors of each of the 4 unique decks.
Using that perforated metal, it'll give me a chance to recreate to scale the car deck, recreate to scale the passenger deck with the 7 portholes. The promenade deck, we don't really have any big parts from that. However, in my model, I would recreate that with perforated metal, and then do a large scale wall relief on the back that would incorporate some of the staircases and the rectangular window frames.
The City of Kirkland has collected feedback from members of the public on the 4 art concepts. Additional input can be sent to arts@kirklandwa.gov. For more information on the Kalakala Art Project and other art projects in the City of Kirkland, visit www.kirklandwa.gov/arts.